Hi everyone, this is Dr. V giving you an introduction to paper number 3. This is your assignment document with videos on this particular page of Canvas. This page starts with a definition of an annotated bibliography in this short video here from the Purdue University Online Writing Lab. If you're not familiar with Purdue's OWL, it is a terrific resource for finding information for writing in your college documents, anything from citations in MLA and APA to spelling exercises, proofreading items, all sorts of things. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and leave the Canvas screen quickly to head on over to Purdue's site, just so you can see what it looks like. If you've never used it before, you can see when you just search for the Purdue OWL using a simple Google search that it'll break down parts of the site for you, including the APA citation guide. That's actually a great place to go for this particular paper. If I click there, you'll see you can use a citation machine right here and plug in various information to generate a citation. You might find that useful for this paper. In fact, I will be showing you other tips and tricks along the way for how to create citations for this paper. When you scroll down on this page, you're going to see that there are a number of other things down the side. Each one of these has a rich page with quite a lot of information. Because there is so much information, I will be talking to you along the way over the course of this final paper of what you need to have from this source or others to make citations. But for now, I'll point you to the overall site as a place to go for reliable information on writing, and also a great place to go to take a look at what an APA sample paper looks like. Now, this sample paper is the one hosted by the OWL at Purdue, so it's not going to be exactly what I'm teaching you, but I do think that this is an incredible source for you to find. I would click here to go to the APA sample student paper and open up here, and you'll find an annotated resource. You can make it bigger if you want to go through the annotations. I have something very similar to this for you to use when you're doing this project. Now I'm going to head back over to Canvas and continue to scroll down on this Introduction to Paper 3 page. The next thing that you're going to find on the page is the assignment document and topics list. I actually need to scroll down. I have it embedded, so you can see me scrolling to the top of the embedded document so that I stay all in one screen. The thing is, depending on how you work, you may not want to work from this embedded document, so I have it linked here if you want to leave Canvas and go into the Google Doc format. I am going to do that because I think it'll behave better in this video. So this is the overview of the annotated bibliography and rationale, which is paper number 3. An annotated bibliography is going to involve research. You will be doing a topic that is related somehow to the English language. The topics are below on the same document. You choose one topic. You're going to create an annotated bibliography, which will include your annotations, or basically notes on different resources that you read. And then you're going to write a rationale, which explains your choices and the reasons for doing the work, how the sources tie together, and also how you would use this in future research. So before I say anything else, I will mention that much of the time when you create an annotated bibliography and a rationale for a class, it results in writing a paper based on the annotated bibliography and rationale. For this class, your paper is the annotated bibliography and rationale. So in some ways, it's more accurately a project because you don't write a full-blown research paper based on this work. Let me say that again. I'm calling it paper number 3, but it's actually a project, and it's the annotated bibliography and rationale. As you move through more advanced courses as a college student, your annotated bibliography and rationales will probably turn into much longer research papers, but for this course, the annotated bibliography and rationale together count as paper number 3. When you scroll down in this explanation of what the paper is, I tell you here what it contains overall. It will have 5 annotations from 5 different sources. One source will come from the reading list that's actually lower in this document. 3 of the sources in the annotated bibliography will be from peer-reviewed scholarly journal articles from the ODU library databases. I will show you how to get to those. One of the sources in your annotated bibliography will be a non-scholarly media source. That could be from YouTube, social media, NPR, Reddit, a website, or other places that you find online. The annotated bibliography will use APA formatting. The majority of majors at ODU involve APA formatting, so I choose to teach that with paper number 3. The annotated bibliography will also show evidence of drafting, proofreading, and editing. When you write your annotated bibliography, each individual annotation will contain the following: correct APA citation for the source, the type of source that you're using, mentioned in an opening sentence, the summary of the main argument of the source, the evaluation and relevance of how the source matters to your topic. Each annotation will be 175 to 200 words when complete, and it'll have the word count listed at the bottom. The rationale is an explanation or an argument, if you will, and it pulls together all of the different sources that you have in your annotated bibliography. The rationale itself will be 250 to 300 words, usually goes for about 1.5 pages. It'll have APA formatting in it as well. It'll describe the topic you've chosen, include definitions of words and terms related to the topic, explain why you chose the topic, explain what you would do if you conducted full-length research on it, like a projection basically. If you did a full-blown research project, meaning 10 pages or more, you won't, but you're going to write about it like you are. And it will include research in the text of the proposal itself with in-text citations. So I say proposal, I should just change that word to rationale. I'm going to do it now so it's less confusing. In this green box, I put a remark that I think about a lot when I see how much my students tend to work at the last minute. Work for this course is due on a Thursday for the most part, and it doesn't mean I'm instructing you to do the work on the Thursday. It means that you could do that work anytime up to when it's due on a Thursday. Unfortunately, a lot of the time, the work is very last minute. I'll warn you that with this research work, it's going to be very hard to complete in one sitting. It should be that you're taking this work and doing it over the course of a week. The due date should not be the due date like the day you're doing it, in other words. And the late policies, we have to be very strict with those because I'm turning around the feedback for you to apply. This next section of the document includes the topics list. You could see here that there are a number of things you could look at. Hip hop's influence on the English language, the history of the English language, language and identity, slang, so-called standard language, Southern English, Spanish speakers in America, texting, digital media, and language change, white people, ethnicity, and language, women and language, worldwide English, and then other, which is basically a create your own topic. If you do that, I do need to approve it, and I'll need it fairly quickly in order for you to get your work done. The grading criteria is at the bottom. The grading criteria is long because the annotations have some different aspects to them. The first one comes from the reading list that I just showed. The middle 3 annotations are from a peer-reviewed source through the ODU library, and the final annotation is from a non-scholarly source. So for that reason, the rubric is very long, even though there's a lot of repetition in it. I have this broken down in a very detailed way So the annotation number 1, you can see here, this is what you would do to get an A. This is what you do to get a B, a C, D, F, and so on. Then it goes to annotation number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and then at the end, the APA requirements and the mechanics part with grammar, proofreading, and so on. So this is a very detailed rubric, and the work, because it is a technical sort of writing, it will have a technical sort of rubric. You should familiarize yourself with the requirements of the assignment. It will seem a lot at first. As you do it, please understand and know that, like with all the other work you've done in the course, you'll be going through it step by step, starting with breaking down what topic you're choosing in the journal. And I'll talk about that more with the lesson that's attached to the journal. Thanks for watching.